want to move on to something completely different because it does seem like our lives are getting busier. There's never enough time in the day to get things done. Well, what some people are trying to do to get ahead, it may be a bitter pill to swallow for others.
Get smarter.
Improve your memory.
Sharpen your focus.
What if you could make yourself smarter with an over-the-counter pill? Several smart drugs sold online and in nutrition stores claim to do just that. And all over internet message boards and social media, users are talking about popping pills to increase intelligence. The pills are often marketed as an alternative to Adderall, which is the prescription medication used to treat attention deficit disorder. These so-called brain boosters claim to maximize mental power by combining herbs, vitamins, and minerals. But the FDA does not regulate these supplements, so are they safe? And would you pop a few for a higher IQ?
I want to welcome into the conversation psychiatrist and addiction medicine specialist Dr. Modir, because Dr. Modir, two questions. Number one, what are these supplements and why do you think they're trending so much now?
Yeah, so nootropics are a group of nutraceuticals and supplements aimed at improving mental performance, alertness, focus, and concentration. People are feeling a lot of pressure in society to keep up. There's an increased demand, and people are looking for an edge to be competitive, whether you're a student or you're an entrepreneur.
Okay, so Dr. Modir, I want to jump in and ask you, you have some concerns that a lot of the claims of these new supplements are dangerous for people who may be unwitting consumers.
Yeah, right, because these supplements are not FDA approved, so there's no guarantee on safety or even efficacy for most of the companies out there. And essentially, a lot of them are selling synthetic derivatives of medications at this point that people can buy online in powdered form and start to combine and making their own, they're becoming neurochemists trying to make their own limitless pill. And that's where it gets even more
Is that term of stacking we were talking about?
Yeah, or trail mixing. People just mix their
trail
own little
mixing.
bit. Yeah.
Well, the concern here is that anything can be abused. Right. And the big concern is when you're taking something you don't even really know what you're taking. I want to introduce Aubrey. Aubrey, you actually started a company that sells some of these supplements that are designed to enhance brain, I don't know if the word's functioning, but just alertness. Even you admit that it's an industry that can be untoward if
absolutely
buyer beware.
I think you really got to pay attention to anything that you're putting in your body. And for us, it starts with the ingredients. We focus on earth-grown nutrient ingredients that come from the earth that have also shown efficacy independently. And then together as a formula, we took that extra step to take 2 double-blind clinical trials to show the efficacy of what we were trying to achieve. And these studies showed statistically significant improvements in both memory and executive functions.
I just don't want people to think that just because something is, as you said, from the earth, it's necessarily healthy or good for you. You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
Yeah.
Well, I think it gets back to we're all individuals. We all make individual choices. Yeah. A lot of people out there love supplements. And hey, if you find the right supplement, you know it's safe and it works for you, who am I to say don't take it? I'm always cautious because, as you both pointed out, you better know what you're buying, who you're buying it from. And just like we talked about the alcohol before, a glass or 2 of wine a day may be good for your health, but when you start taking things in extreme concentrations, like you find sometimes in pills you don't even know what's in them, that's when things get dangerous. Before we go, Dr. Modir, the one thing, when does someone know that they need to see a professional? Because again, we're talking about over-the-counter things that you can go buy, but when does someone really have a problem where, okay, these OTCs aren't the way to go, let's go talk to a professional because maybe I do need something that's regulated and prescription-based.
Yeah, so, and of course, these are aimed at for people who are normal controls who are trying to optimize or not lose function over time, which might be different than someone who's struggled with either cognitive decline due to age, they're forgetting things, they're losing things, maybe leaving the stoves on, or at the younger age of the spectrum, that they have attentional and focus problems. So when that becomes not just finals week and how you are all the time, then there's probably a real problem that you need to see a professional for.